Hey there, it's Hey, We're Talking. Yeah, Hey, We're Talking. And we're here to talk about stuff. It's me, Scotty D. Got Derek Tant, Bob Peel. How you doing, guys?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm great.
Doing
That was
great.
a terrible song, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said in my head.
Well, I'm just
Okay.
kind of singing out loud. Doesn't matter. Not
Most
listening to
people
any music
sing
or
out loud.
anything.
He's
So-
just excited because we just watched Game of Thrones.
We did, and we don't have time. Listen, we do not have time to muck about. We got to talk about the episode.
Okay, everybody dies. The end.
Not yet.
No.
There were. By the way, if you haven't watched season 8, episode 4, we are going to talk about it on the show.
The
today.
last of the Starks.
There
That's
are
the name.
spoilers. There are everything in this. So
Yeah.
listen to it next week or after you watch the episode.
So, episode 3 got some hate. It got some people just a little bit of controversy. There was a lot of people that had a lot of opinions, strong opinions about season 8, episode 3. So then we go into season 8, episode 4, and I don't know. To me, it was a little bit of a transition.
Yeah, it started off really sad. You know, basically burning their dead.
Yeah.
You see some of the main characters that we've grown to know over the last few seasons that have perished. And obviously they have a ceremony and Jon steps up and has a nice speech. And then they go in and burn their dead.
Yeah.
And each character was like, they burned, like they had these big old pyramid piles of people.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun word to say. Pyramid
piles of
piles.
people. I like
Okay,
it.
that'll be
Okay.
the title of the show. No, and like each one, like Samwell, he had to burn Ed, and Dany, she had to burn Jorah. So everybody had their person.
Everybody got a couple people to burn.
You know,
It was exciting.
you just got burned. So
Yeah.
yeah. So and they did like the drone shot just to give everybody perspective of how many people died at the Battle
It
of
was a lot.
Winterfell.
It was a lot.
It was
Yeah,
a
there
lot
was
of
a lot.
people.
Yeah.
And so right off the bat, Daenerys is like, all right, we just burned everybody. Let's get our butts to King's Landing. And Sansa's like, hold on a second, dragon lady.
She was like, hold up, wait a minute.
Can we give the soldiers a chance to get over the battle, heal?
Yeah, they
You
need a
know,
little rest, right?
And
You would
Danny's like,
think.
she's like, I came over here and I did my job. We need to go.
This episode, Derek, was definitely another step in the new Daenerys. She's
Yes.
she's changing rapidly.
No, I don't think it's a rapid change. This is Daenerys's descent into madness. She is embracing, the fact that she is the daughter of the Mad King.
She's
You know,
power
and
hungry.
She's had these impulses.
Yeah.
Remember she crucified the masters.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
she left a body like on the road to Marine or wherever that was, the road to Volantis, the road to Damascus, wherever.
What?
She left, like, she crucified the masters and left bodies every 100 feet.
Right.
And it was pretty wild, so she hires Varys and Tyrion to like check her impulses. Like, hey, they're like, Daenerys, you don't want to do that. And she's like, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, so you're basically just making my point. She's descending into complete madness, man. She's like
But you're-
so
but you're-
consumed.
But you're
Oh, yeah.
saying it just started, but no, it's
This
been going
season,
on for
but this
years.
season, it seems like she's rapidly going there.
She's
They're
been
speeding
she's
it
been
up.
crazy. Yeah, she's been crazy, but now that she's won, every step closer she takes, the more crazy she gets, and the
Yeah.
more hungry for that
I'll tell
throne,
ya.
for that title that she gets.
She's jealous of Jon Snow.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
Oh my
Aegon,
goodness.
and because we're at the
Set
remember,
up the
it's
scene at the feast.
It's the post-battle party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's drinking. Tormund is getting hammered and acting hilarious the whole time. And so Danny's like, she's like, Gendry Rivers, get over here. And he's like, He's like, "Yes, my queen, what's up?" Remember Gendry had a great battle, and he just got done banging Arya. Remember, we had that.
Yep.
So he's like flying high, and she's like, "I'm gonna make you the Lord of Storm's End. You're the new Baratheon." So she names him Gendry Baratheon, legitimizes him, gives him, Storm's End, wherever that is,
and everybody's
he's
happy. Like, oh, hooray! That's nice.
But everybody's celebrating Jon. Everyone's just flocking to Jon.
Yeah,
and they're not really paying much attention to Dany.
Yeah. And Dany's just sitting there drinking her Starbucks, just getting jealous.
So if you didn't catch that, everybody, there's a scene. Someone left a Starbucks cup on the table, and nobody saw it. Nobody that's in charge of these things. By the way, there's another picture of Sansa and Arya outside, like kind of like, when they're on a break or whatever in between scenes. And Sansa has a cup exactly like that. And people are saying like Sansa went in there and set it down to screw Daenerys, which is funny. No, it's funny though. Come on.
That was product placement. Starbucks paid.
It does not say Starbucks on it, dude.
That is a Starbucks shape. That is a Starbucks cup.
Not.
Well, put it this way.
It was not
Everybody
Starbucks.
has associated that cup with Starbucks. You mean to tell me they've been doing this for 2 years? We've been waiting for this. And all this post-production, all this stuff, they missed it?
Yes, they
There's
did.
no way in hell. No way.
It was on screen for like half a second.
I know, it's crazy.
It was poorly lit. It was an oversight.
No way. All they had to do, when they saw it, they could have put a little blurb in there and got rid of it.
Yeah.
No, Starbucks paid people $10 million, paid for that episode.
The internet, the people on the internet got so angry.
Derek, you are shaking so much. Be careful. Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm fine.
He's had a lot of Starbucks.
We're under a tornado watch, so I'm just letting y'all know.
Well, don't be. If you need to run, let us know. Do you have a place to go?
Yeah, I've got a storm cellar. I'm like one of the few people in West Texas that has one.
Do you let everybody in if something bad happens? If they come knocking, help!
If they're nice, yeah.
Okay.
They bring me something. No. The
All right.
neighbor.
So the coffee cup. Who cares?
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
Derek, you're
right.
But
no, what I was saying is that Gendry gets one of the scenes that I really enjoyed. Gendry gets he gets legitimized.
Yep.
He gets titles, lands, a castle. So he's like, what does he do? He runs off to find his girlfriend.
Yep.
What he thinks is his girlfriend.
Exactly.
He's like, my lady, I just got. I'm going to be the Lord of Storm's End and call me Gendry Baratheon, and I want to do it with you
forever.
And he gets on one knee, he's like, Arya Stark, would you do me the honor of making me the happiest man on earth? And she kisses him deeply, and she's like, you're awesome, but I am no lady.
Yep. Yep.
Bring it back. I love all the callbacks to season 1. She's like, I am no lady. I am no lady.
Yep. Yeah. And then the other thing that happened in this episode that I still don't feel was believable in a lot of ways is Jaime and Brienne. I get it. It was one of those things where probably inside people were like, oh, I really hope Brienne gets to have relations with Jaime. But it was weird. It was odd. If she had even a speck of interest in Tormund, I think that would have been a more interesting relationship. But Jaime, has his way with her. I think it was 2 times they spent the night together. And then all of a sudden, Jaime, which I thought was a little strange, just gets up in the middle of the night and gets dressed and gets on his horse. And he's like, I'm out of here. And she's like, don't go. And she breaks down in tears. And he's just like,
I'm a bad person.
He's going back to Cersei. It's just, I get it. I know that eventually he was going to make his way back there, but it was very strange to me to just have him. We've seen Jaime become kind of this more of a nice person. I mean, he's trying to keep his word and go help with the war against the walkers and all this kind of stuff. So you feel like this guy's really turned over a new leaf. And then all it takes is 2 nights with Brienne, and he's out of there. He's like,
"I'm
what have I done?
I miss relations with my sister.
I know.
I gotta go back.
It's an addiction, man.
I gotta
know.
go back and find out she's pregnant with somebody else's kid.
No, it's
which I don't
his.
think
It's his for
It's his.
I
sure.
don't think she's actually pregnant, but we'll see.
All right.
But it's a toxic relationship. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's toxic because it's incest, but
Right.
even more so, it's like a codependency. He cannot
Yeah.
do without her. He even admits she's a monster.
Yeah.
She is horrible, but I need her.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking
so
of incest, I just want to say this one.
Hi, Auntie.
Yeah, Daenerys and Jon. It was interesting now that they know who they are, how quickly that they got together and started to kiss, and then Jon is just kind of pushes her just gently away, pulls back.
Yep.
And I mean, now it's just crazy because then Daenerys also tells him, "You can't
Keep your
tell
mouth shut."
anybody about
Yeah.
this." And he's like, "I swear to you, I swear allegiance to you. You are my queen." She can't just take his word. She tells him he can't even tell his own family
Right.
who he really is. And again, this is just another step in this thing with her. Is she's just slowly but surely she's becoming that person that's like, she's paranoid. She's worried because she sees people looking at Jon and look, they love him because he's just Jon. He doesn't do anything special. He's just himself. He's a leader. He doesn't want to be a leader, but he is a leader.
He's just a natural leader.
He's just who
He
he is. And she's
has
not
no
that
ambition.
person. She's not that person. She wants that throne so bad. And then we go to they're marching on King's Landing. And
Let's go back to one real important thing. Don't forget. So Jon did tell his sisters.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, actually, no. Let me correct that.
Bran did.
Jon did not say a word.
Yeah.
Bran told his sisters. They didn't show that scene for whatever reason. I thought that would be a very important scene to show in this whole thing and get their reaction and all that stuff. And they swore to keep it secret, but as we find out not too long later, it's not a secret.
Yeah, Sansa is, she learned from Littlefinger. She learned a lot from Littlefinger, how to spread information like a virus. And I think that whole sequence of events was maybe handled a little clumsily by the writers, it's just like, I'll go secret to tell you, but you can't say anything.
Right.
She's
Swear
like, well, how
to
can
me.
I need you to swear. And she's like, well, how can I do that? Just do it. And then they're like,
I
okay.
think he swear. Bran's like, I'll stand up and swear too.
And Sansa's like, cross fingers. Yeah. But he tells her. And of course, they spread it to Tyrion and Varys. And they know that information's going to get out. So that basically puts
and there was sorry, Derek, there was a very good conversation between Varys and Tyrion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're already questioning, should Daenerys be the queen? They're already talking treason.
Yep.
Tyrion still believes in her. Varys is already like, I don't give a shit. I'll put Jon Snow up in there. I don't care. He's like, I serve the people.
Yeah.
But I thought, man, he's already gone to that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he's already going there. It's like, but I still think, I don't know. I still kind of believe in Dany a little bit. I think if she would just embrace some of the advice she's given, she'd be great.
I mean, she's really nice to her nephew.
I love the idea of them ruling together, king and queen, just whatever, they're Targaryens, they're aunt and nephew, whatever, that's the Targaryen thing. It's accepted, but
no,
let them rule together. Jon will help, keep Dany in line.
Yeah.
But before we leave Winterfell completely, guess who showed up? It was Bronn. Bronn shows up with his giant, with a giant crossbow, and is not stop. Nobody stops. Nobody's like, hey,
how does he get in without?
Halt, who goes there?
All the
who goes
people
there? Do you have the password?
It was that scene just felt like it was kind of cramped. It had to be. They had to do it. I understand why they did it, But it
Oh,
felt
they
like
didn't
it
have
got
to.
yeah, it felt like it got crammed in there. Like they were like, oh crap, we have to make sure that Bronn sets up something with these guys so that they know they can buy him off instead of what Cersei's going to give him. So let's have them meet in this little thing and come in there and shoot an arrow past Jaime's head. I don't know. It was a little weird and punch Tyrion in the face and all this kind of stuff. So it
But
was
what
like,
does that do to the story? Nothing.
it's
At this
letting
point,
you know that once they get to King's Landing, that Bronn's going to be on their side.
We
in
hope.
my mind,
No, Bronn's on nobody's side. Bronn is out for
he's
Bronn.
going to stick with
That's
these
it.
two. That's the whole reason that scene happened.
So none of that happens unless Dany gets the throne.
Yeah. So we march to King's Landing. John, well, they go to John and a few other people. They take the King's Road, and then Dany and the others, they sail to Dragonstone, where they're ambushed by Euron Greyjoy, and they have a new Scorpion. All the ships have Scorpion.
Ambushed again, by the
New,
way.
Yes.
new and improved. It's new and improved Scorpion with hot ship destroying action. And and this time they hit. Was it Rhaegar?
Whatever, one of the dragons.
Yeah, the other one, not
Not
Drogon.
the one that Daenerys rides around on all the time.
They destroy him. They destroy the ships. Everybody barely escapes, and Missandei is captured and taken back to King's Landing.
Which
So
is
first
the
off-
unsullied Grey Worm's woman.
Yeah, so first off, how did Dany not see those ships?
Exactly.
Like, she was way up high.
Exactly.
She saw those ships. All she had to do was fly a little bit higher, come in
Come
around the
behind 'em.
backside of the
Yep.
ships,
See?
and light them all on fire.
This is exactly what I said. Why is she
It's-
just sitting
it's-
there doing nothing? She sat there in the air, flap,
They
flap,
weren't looking.
flap,
Weren't expecting.
flap.
I
So
mean,
what?
That's what an ambush is. Nobody expects an ambush.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but she saw them before anybody else.
it was ridiculous.
She had to have.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's up with that? And obviously, one of the dragons goes down.
Yeah.
And it's done.
So now she's down to
Dunsville.
one dragon.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a stupid scene, and then the whole scene where they walk up to the wall around King's Landing, and Cersei and the mountain, and all these guys are up on top. They've got what's her face, Melisandre, is that her name? No,
Missandei
Missandei. And
from the Isle of Knot. From
they-
the Isle of Knot.
yeah, they walk up, and Tyrion walks and meets the guy who I forget his name. Would Derek will know.
Qyburn.
Qyburn. Qyburn.
Qyburn.
They meet in the middle.
The Queen's Hand, Qyburn.
Yeah.
Remember, he's the one that
created the
Jamie
mountain
Jamie
weirdo.
rescued him from Harrenhal or something like that. Brought him back. He saved his hand.
Yep.
Brought him back to King's Landing, and they kicked out Pycelle and put Qyburn in. And then Qyburn, he created the mountain. He was the one that was a disgraced maester.
Yes.
And he
because
he helped create all that green explosive
Muck.
stuff.
Yep.
Oh, the wildfire.
Yeah, there you go.
He wasn't the
He
wildfire.
He helped to make
He
more.
stored it and made it and all of that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He orchestrated with the guys who do it, but he's not the one that created it.
Okay. He's a bad guy.
He wasn't one of those pyro heads, but yeah, he's
All that to say, they met and talked.
Yeah, I like Qyburn a lot. I love the character, and I think he's well done.
He is.
He's very cool, calm, and collected.
He needs to get killed, though. Of course, we got to kill the guy.
He'll probably
yeah.
get killed.
Yeah. Maybe
I
the
remember
mountain will turn on him.
I remember the scene when he was creating the mountain, and you got the mountain covered up. Qyburn's like Dr. Frankenstein,
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the mountain's is the monster, and he's got the mountain covered up with a sheet, and he shakes the sheet, and he's like, "Easy, friend, easy," your time is coming, easy, friend,
Yeah. So they end up Tyrion's trying to figure out a way to create some kind of peace between these people. He actually believes that somehow Cersei and Dany can figure this whole thing out as far as but his proposal is basically, Cersei, you have to give up the throne.
Right.
Your time
You can still live.
your time
but-
is up. You've got to do it. And they're like, nope, that ain't going to happen. and then he walks straight up, and there's all these archers pointing down on Tyrion, and you think, and I think everybody that's watching it is probably thinking, here we go, this is it, Tyrion's done.
Yeah.
I thought it.
Nope, didn't do it. Just had the mountain chop the chick's head off and throw her off the edge. That's it.
Yeah, he tried to appeal to her better nature or whatever, but that's not going to happen.
Pointless.
But I was like, why didn't you had this party of Dany and everybody showing up?
They could have basically taken all of them out, right?
Yeah, you feel like they could have done that because they had all them scorpions just set up. I mean, they went into mass production, man. They
Dude,
they
and the
made
dragon was like right behind them, kind of off to their back left side, just sitting there.
I guess that's why they didn't, because maybe they figured, all right, he'll be ready and he'll torch the place.
That could be why.
But
it was strange.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of weird stuff. I mean, there's no way that anybody's going to be 100% happy with how it's going. There's a group of us that like to discuss the Game of Thrones in chat, and Scott, you and I have been the ones who are like, guys, just enjoy the show.
I know, I still enjoy it.
Trust the process.
Right.
There's not a lot of process trusting going on here.
They are ripping it to shreds.
Greg, Peter, Mike Miller, all are just
dude.
This
Boontar, they are ravaging this show. I mean, they think it's the biggest trash of anything. But I will tell you this. Peter mentioned this one day that there was, and if you are a fan of the show and you just want to watch this and you're enjoying it, don't do what I did. There were some leaks that came out, and Peter was like, guys, I just want you to know there's this leaks out there. I've read them, and blah 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 blah. And I went to Twitter and I typed in GOT, and immediately in the search pops up GOT leaks. I hit it. And I go down 2 things, and there's a picture there, and it's got all this stuff written on it. And I clicked on it, and I read it. And so it could be garbage, but the reason that people are giving it validity is because it was put out before episode 3, I believe, or episode 4. The person posted this, and all the stuff from episode 4 happened.
People seem to think that the leaks for the upcoming episode are fake.
They could, could be.
Just because the guy he
somehow knows.
He accidentally got to see episode 3 or episode 4 early. Yeah. So he was able to leak.
This is theory, by the way. We're not saying any of this is true.
I haven't read the leaks. I'm not gonna. But you read them, and you're like, if the leaks happen, you're like, okay. Peter was like, if these leaks happen, if this is what happens.
He was like, if this happens, I will hate this show for the rest of my life.
This is a travesty.
Yeah. I did not feel that way. I'll just say this. It makes sense. If the things fell the way they did, to me, I would say I think there will be people that would be disappointed in some of this stuff. Obviously. This show, people love this show.
Well, of course, people are going to be disappointed with things, and
because people are going to die.
Some will be happy with things. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Some people are going to die, and
I read some of the Reddit posts and this and that, just like guessing what's going to happen over the next little while. People are questioning whether there's more dragons, and we see a little bit of snippet of that in the next episode, or in the preview for the. Well, and some people believe that Tyrion Lannister is actually not a Lannister.
A Targaryen, right?
That he's Targaryen.
I've heard that.
How is Tyrion a Targaryen?
No clue.
He killed his mom during birth.
Or did he?
Maybe. I've heard, Tywin Lannister at one point says, "You're no son of mine," or whatever.
Well, and then remember, the only people that are allowed to go by dragons are Targaryens. And you remember back
to ride a dragon.
But they're also not burnable.
And the dragons don't like the presence of non-Targaryens.
Yeah, remember whenever they had all the dragons sealed up in the crypt, the little chamber, and
he went
and like
to him.
Tyrion went up to it and like petted it on the face.
Yeah.
There. they're there, Viserion. They're there now. You
and
know,
there was another comment back, I don't remember what episode, a long time ago, that he mentioned in conversation to somebody about how he always had dreams about dragons and stuff like that. So I wonder if there's some sort of way that Tyrion can figure out how to bring back some more dragons. And if you look at the very ending of the preview for the next episode, you have the guy on the boats. What's his name again?
Ron?
Yeah. Yes. If you watch the very ending, you hear the screech of a dragon, and his eyes light up way bigger than it did for the other two dragons. So I wonder if we've got a little bit of something going on there. So, and I read a lot of the Reddit stuff. I don't want to look for leaks. I want to look at people's theories and ideas. Yeah, I don't want to. I'd like to look at people's ideas and theories because, I've got some of my own too. And there's some things that I've thought about that obviously didn't happen. I still think there's something with Tyrion because it's always been a little bit weird with him. But, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Any way it plays out, I've been entertained the whole time.
Yep, me too.
So I'm cool with that.
All right, before we go, let me just say this. We're going to wrap it up. Derek, did you have something? You looked like you were going to say something important. Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm excited.
I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to tell you guys, do us a favor, go to Numa Coffee. Chris Bean is a friend of ours. Great coffee roaster, great coffee. It's ethically sourced coffee. Right, Derek? Huh?
I certainly hope
Coffee? Anybody?
It certainly
I've been
is.
saying that. I don't want to be like, I don't want to get a call from Chris and be like,
Hey,
actually,
Derek.
it is very unethical. Sourced.
It's not very unethically sourced for sure.
And it's direct trade, which is
Yeah.
better
For-
than fair trade.
For every bushel of coffee we buy, they kill a baby.
No! What? This is not part of Numa Coffee right now,
This
by
is
the way.
not Game of
opposite
Thrones.
ethically sourced.
It
No,
is
it's-
ethically sourced and it's direct trade. That is correct. I know that
But
for
the
sure.
coffee in Game of Thrones is not ethically sourced.
yeah.
I'm just telling you that.
All right. All that to say, go to numacoffee.com. That's PNEUMA coffee.com. Pick up some coffee. Maybe get a 5-pound bag like Jenny. She got a 5-pound
Yeah.
bag just like Bob.
This is their second one, I think.
Second, good grief. Thanks, Jenny. And put in the coupon code HWT. You get 20% off. That's numacoffee.com. And make sure that you let Chris know that we sent you there by using the coupon code HWT.
I'm making the coffee.
All right, we're going to come back on Wednesday, and we're going to wing it a little bit because it's Wednesday. We'll be talking about the Chicago Pipe Show and some sneezing.
Rat